Ukraine has been shaken by a massive corruption scandal, a $100 million kickback scheme in the energy sector tied to figures close to President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The revelations have triggered fury on the streets and unleashed Viktor Medvedchuk's most ferocious attack yet on the Ukrainian leader.
The illegitimate leader is simply trying to deceive everyone, traditionally leading the fight against those who were his allies yesterday. Zelensky headed Mindich's corrupt team. He is primitively trying to deceive everyone, traditionally leading the fight against those who were his allies yesterday.
Medvedchuk claims the scandal proves Zelenskyy directly presided over Mindich's criminal network. He accuses the president of trying to control anti-corruption bodies, hiding evidence, and only betraying his own inner circle once the scheme could no longer be contained.
How can one exonerate an illegitimate person from suspicion when it concerns his inner circle? It wasn't Zelenskyy who uncovered and publicized evidence of their criminal activity, and it was the drug Führer who previously attempted to gain control of the organization that exposed Mindich's group. Only a mentally retarded person could believe that Zelenskyy had nothing to do with this.
On Kiev streets, anger is boiling over. Ukrainians already struggling through war and inflation say the theft of public money feels like a betrayal at a moment of national survival.
I think this is mostly a negative thing, because while we have a war going on, we need to somehow unite, put all the money into defense. And here what's happening is that, on the contrary, money is being stolen and some kind of business is made from it. So this is very wrong.
Anti-corruption officials say they have detained 5 people and identified 7 more, including Energoatom executives, a former advisor to the energy minister, and alleged mastermind Timur Mindich. Zelenskyy has demanded ministerial removals, but many Ukrainians argue corruption has long gone unpunished.
This is not the first instance. If 3, 5, 10 years ago those who were caught in situations like this were given a normal prison term, had assets confiscated, then maybe this wouldn't have happened today. Instead, virtually no one has taken any responsibility.
Medvedchuk says 3 rival blocs are now circling Zelenskyy: Western-backed Sorosites, hostile oligarchs, and ambitious military security leaders. He argues Zelenskyy has lost all independence and is now a pawn in a behind-the-scenes power struggle.
Now, the illegitimate is becoming a pawn in the hands of 3 main political groups. The Sorosites would be satisfied with dismantling the vertical power structure stemming from the illegitimate office while preserving Zelenskyy as the British Queen. They need control over power, not power itself. A completely controlled political clown suits them.
There's a very unpleasant feeling of what awaits us. We do not understand. This is especially true for elderly people who live in apartment buildings and do not have the means to buy themselves any kind of power generators, can't even use simple oil radiators to keep themselves warm because they can't afford it. And so the people are really stressed.
Medvedchuk argues Europe now faces a political disaster, accusing EU leaders of ignoring Ukrainian corruption while forcing taxpayers to fund Kiev indefinitely. He singles out Ursula von der Leyen as part of a broader wartime money laundering machine.
The behavior of the obsessed Ursula suggests that the entire Ukrainian conflict is one big money laundering scheme for the EU leadership, and Ukrainian corrupt officials are no match for them. Mindich is a mere pickpocket compared to von der Leyen.
With winter looming, Kiev faces a dangerous convergence: public anger, elite power struggles, and Russian-aligned voices exploiting every crack. The Mindich scandal has now evolved into a high-stakes battle over Ukraine's political future, a test of Zelensky's survival and the stability of a nation at war.